just, like I tell our team all the time, we talk about just finding a way, and sometimes your offense is not going to be there, so we always hang our hat on our defense and our rebounding. Your defense is a choice, and you can control that. I was really happy for 3 quarters with our defense, and I thought in the fourth, we had that 18-point lead, and we just made some mistakes, and they hit some shots late to kind of shorten that lead. But overall, obviously, we struggled from the field, but we did what we've been doing, and we were aggressive and got downhill and got to the free throw line, which was huge.
Shauna, what did it tell you about your team? I mean, you've seen them all for 3 years, but to be able to turn the page and not get hung up on shooting 20% and really lean into that defensive side.
I think that's growth right there. I think that's a sign of maturity, because you've seen us sometimes, if our shots aren't going, we lose energy on the defensive end. So that's a big step in the right direction when, literally we struggled. I don't know if we've ever shot this poorly in my time here. It felt bad, but now I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did we win? So that's I'm proud of that. I'm proud of their ability. We've been talking a lot about just the responses and focusing on the next play and not worrying about if you make a mistake or miss a shot. And again, just that is definitely a growth area for us. We didn't do that a lot last year, and we lost some games because of it.
Just coming off a big one on Thursday and then a quick turnaround, do you maybe anticipate something, a letdown potentially, or what you kind of maybe see from your team tonight?
Yeah.
And do you feel like anything that happened on Thursday played a role in that?
As a coach, you always worry about that, right? And then had way too much time today with the 7 p.m. start, and you're looking around at scores, and Harvard beat Indiana at Indiana, and then got beat by 20-some against Quinnipiac, and I could go down like oh, it's just. And I know how much energy and how much emotion and just everything that we put into that game the other night. So it's always a worry in my mind. But they made me feel good because we had really 2 good days of prep. So that made me feel good. They had great energy. They had great focus in our preparation. So I really thought we were ready to go. I would not have ever imagined we shot this poorly. But really, really happy with our defensive effort.
Coach, I asked the gym assistant Brent earlier. You said you guys shot the ball poorly tonight. Do you think their defense has something to do with that? And were you surprised with how aggressive they were defensively?
I wasn't surprised because I've played her team before. When I was at Dayton, I played Charlotte, and I know how her teams are always tough and physical. And I thought that they would try to pack it in like they did. I thought we'd because we were finishing well the other night against a more athletic and a shot blocker in Timpson, and then tonight I just felt like we were altering our shots and going up and doing all this stuff instead of just going up strong and laying in and getting and ones. And then when you're fading, they're not going to call some of those calls. So, that was something we talked about at half, and I thought we did a better job in the second half, and then we got those calls. They called in the second half because we were a little bit stronger. So I think it's a credit to their defense. I also think it's a credit because their offense, they worked it. They made us guard for 25 seconds every time, and they really wanted to just take the arrow of the ball and slow this game down. So I thought that leads to no rhythm, it tires us out a little bit. So I thought overall, they did a good job in their game plan, and I know what type of coach she is, so she did a great job with them.
Coach, Barry Wallace wasn't out there tonight. Looked like she had some sort of cast on her wrist. Can you give us any update on that situation?
Yeah, we'll release that. It's just she's gonna be out for a little bit. Don't know what exact timeline right now, but yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just we've run into some of these injuries, and I just feel for her. This was gonna be a game that I was really excited to get her out there and get her a lot of minutes. So I just feel for these kids that have to deal with some of these injuries.
It seemed like Gretchen Dolan checking in the first half was a kind of a turning point for you. Is that something she can give you, is that ability to go get a bucket when some other players are struggling?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think she, we were going some of our downhill stuff, and she got around and turned the corner and made a couple shots, and when we were struggling. So she was that spark that came in. And you guys know, you've seen her. She can score the ball. So we need to get her some more looks from 3. She was 1 for 4. you know, we gotta, now that people are starting to sag in and a lot of our action, we have pass back options in there. We'll watch film and we gotta start looking for some of those inside out passes more to get some more 3-point attempts too.
Coach, a couple lineups out there tonight where Kendall was surrounded by 4 shooters or Bryn surrounded by 4 shooters. With the front court injuries, is that something we can maybe see moving forward?
I'm trying anything. Corey played the 4. Corey has not played the 4. In the last 2 days, she's had to learn everything. And I thought she was great in the first half and gave us really good minutes. I mean, we are very, very thin. So you guys have eyes, you can see. We're down to 3 posts. So again, proud of people stepping up, and no one's gonna feel sorry for us, so we gotta figure it out, and we will. And especially now you throw in Brent and KB both got in foul trouble, so it got a little interesting there. But we'll be better for it, and we'll just continue to learn from it, and guys will step up.
I know you've talked at times over the last couple of weeks about emphasizing driving and getting, like, what did that look like in the off season to ramp that up as an emphasis for you guys?
I just think in anything you get what you emphasize. So, you know, paint touches and getting downhill has always been something in our program and our culture of what we want to do. I think they're just they got some confidence from it, you know, in all of our games, from our scrimmage to Lewis to Florida State to tonight. They're seeing, oh shoot, we can get to the free throw line, we're really aggressive, but we gotta finish some of those. First half, I think we had 7 missed layups. You know, last game we had 9. We gotta finish some so we get some and one. So we'll continue, and it's something we practice all the time. We do finish drills, we do a ton of different drills where we're initiating contact, turning the corner, but I love it. I love the aggressiveness. You know, we'll work on all the other stuff about getting those pass backs and all of that, but if we can continue to get to the free throw line 30 sometimes, shoot, I'll take it.
Jen scored like 15 over 16 points in the second half, and I think she had 8 free throws in the second half. Just did you see maybe a difference in mindset from her, kind of maybe speaking about that attacking mindset that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job in finding areas and finding different, you know, where she saw gaps and she really exploited it. And Jen's just so crafty. Like, you know, she gets you and slows you down, and then she re-attacks you, and just did a really good job around the rim. Again, when your shot's not going or things aren't going, as a scorer, how do you score? You manufacture points. You get to the free throw line. And that's what she did, you know, getting there, 11 times? I mean, that's huge. And then look at Bryn got there 8. So it's just, that's really, really good. We got to continue to do that. And Bryn getting there 8 times, I mean, I don't know if she's ever done that. So that's huge for her. She got rebounds, she was strong in there. Really a lot of positives too tonight.
With the banner being raised tonight, what was it being back out there with your players and watching it go up into the rafters?
You know, that's kind of hard because all I was thinking about was the game. Like, and then the thing almost didn't come down, so I got to get in the weight room because I obviously couldn't pull a string to get the thing down. But it was cool, but I'm like, and then I'm looking over at Marquette, like, if I was watching this, I'm going to want to kick your butt. Like, so. It was good. The ring ceremony was a little bit more where you got to enjoy the moment. But now being able to look up and see a banner in the rafters, there's not, I think I said in my press conference, there's not many banners for women's basketball in State Farm Center up there. You look up and there, I think there's 3, but 2 of them are only for, the other one's Coach Grant's and I don't know who else. I should know that, but I don't. So now there's another one. And that's something that when we came here, we said we want to compete for championships and we want to put banners up in State Farm Center. So that's the first step for us. Now hopefully we'll have more coming from that.
Everybody good? Oh, no, it's all Mr. Lee.
I know you don't care about the rankings, but there's a chance tomorrow that you guys will be in the top 25. Like, maybe not as much for your players on the court, but for the program to have that, and whether you're out on the trail or just in whatever ways, like, how would that help you guys?
I think, as you guys know, right, like, we don't care about it, but it is nice. Like, you should care about it because you want to be a top 25 team. Like, you compete to be the best in the country. And that solidifies you at least from that moment. It also now is going to be good if we are ranked. It's gonna be a great test to see how we do, because I said last year, we did not do well with it. So now everyone you play, when you got a number beside you, people come at you a little. Everyone gets pumped up to play you. So it is what it is, and I hope we are ranked, because it shows these guys deserve it. I think we beat a top 20 team. I think we should be ranked, and then you keep winning and you stay ranked. You lose, you drop out. We know how that goes. So for the program, it means a lot. For recruiting, it means a lot. We want this program to be a sustained top 25 team in the country.
I guess just kind of playing off that question, just starting the season ranked like last year and then maybe breaking in this year, is there a difference in how that plays out from a mentality standpoint for your team, or does it really matter? Again,
I'm going to use it always. So when we weren't ranked and then we're playing Florida State, I'm like, well, if you want to be ranked, beat Florida State, right? And now if we do get ranked, then I'll use it that way. And so it's all, it is what it is. And when you're a good team, you have to learn how to deal with pressure. And I think that's even tonight, you saw that. Elite teams, great teams, find ways to win, even when you don't play well. And not every game's going to be beautiful and pretty and perfect. It's like some of our best teams at Dayton, we would win ugly a lot. But great teams find a way to win and find a way to make plays. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Everybody
You
good?
better vote for us.